काम अच्छे से करते हैं।
तारीफें ही तारीफें. नहीं, but it's so much easier. Like you don't have to do anything, you know.
एक दिन में फ्राइडे क्या है और मतलब सोचो 4 different departments are dealing. TV is different, camera is different, जगह is different, that is different. No one person. 4
Teamwork.
vertical heads have to be requested. Go. We are go.
We are go. We are live. We are live. Are we live?
Yes, we are.
We are live. So, okay. So lunch has been taken in the IPL auction. The biggest highlight of the pre-lunch session was definitely Liam Livingstone.
No. Biggest
No. But Mumbai. I'm coming to that. Hold on. But I'm still baffled by what Mumbai's strategy is. Okay, they have picked 2 players during the pre-lunch session. One is Jaydev
Rahul
Unadkat.
knows what the strategy. They're waiting for each other.
One is Jaydev Unadkat. Second one is Mayank Markande. Now my question is, they already have Murugan Ashwin in the team. So they have picked another backup for Murugan Ashwin in Mayank Markande. What exactly is their strategy, Rahul bhai?
Even I wouldn't know. In fact, there are teams who do not have a leg spinner. There are. But I don't know, maybe they are waiting for the umpires. They'll pick a few umpires. Rather than you can have anybody in your team. If umpires are on your side, then you don't need a player.
No, but
You just have to fill in 11 players. But they've been slow. As of now, they can open with Rohit Sharma and maybe if Devil Brevis, if they get it.
Ishan Kishan will open.
Ishan Kishan is the obvious choice. I'm saying just in case, maybe Ishan Kishan bats him. Although they would prefer Rohit Sharma, Ishan Kishan to open left-right combination and David. I don't know where they will play David Brevis if he does play because he's also a foreign player. With Surya at number 3, I'll keep David Brevis also. Mullard there. Then, yeah, Mike is on as always. So, yeah, they've been slow. Maybe.
It's not Mike, it's what's wrong with Mumbai Indians, they're saying, am I?
Something wrong with Mike as well.
Somebody wrote Mike, but most of them wrote what's wrong with MI. We are discussing that, guys, exactly.
Rahul,
Slow and steady.
can you hear Rahul's voice?
Slow and steady wins the race. Maybe they're following that strategy. But I wonder if they have players left. How many foreigners they have as of now? Just 2.
Mumbai.
Not,
Yeah.
So they might just, but they left Kuntanal also.
They left Coulter-Nile. I was actually surprised. They went for Marco Jensen also. You saw them bidding for it. And after it reached 4 crores, they said no, not going for him anymore. I was surprised. I thought at least they'll get Marco Jensen in the side. So what, Jofra Archer now? Jofra Archer, their biggest choice?
Say, Jofra Archer, Mumbai Indians is going for Jofra Archer.
How much does Rajasthan Royals have?
Rajasthan have 9.55 crores left.
Saraj, you keep using that mic for both of you and we'll use this one. Go ahead.
So yeah, Rajasthan have 9.55 crores left. See, Mumbai's purse is 25.90. So almost 26 crores they have got in the bag. I still feel the next big buys will all come from Mumbai. They can because outbid anybody now.
But who are the guys they're going to go for? Give us an idea.
Maybe somebody like Rassi van der Dessen also because they need somebody in the middle order. Their middle order, I feel Jofra Archer they might actually go for because they don't have any sort of fast bowler who's internationally known. They let go of Trent Bolt. They did not bid for Nathan Coulter-Nile, who was there last year. So I feel Jasprit Bumrah needs a partner and somebody who's also as ferocious as Bumrah is. And Archer, even though he's not available this season, if next season he plays, of course he gets into that side. He'll be my first pick in terms of Bumrah. In terms of bowlers, after Bumrah, you'd pick Jofra.
Amrik Singh is also saying Alzari Joseph, who's done very well in the West Indies series. Mumbai Indians. Yes, he's played. What are the figures? 6 for 12? Was it? Yeah, 6 for 12.
6 for 12.
6 for 12.
But who's got the best lineup so far?
Lucknow.
Yeah, Lucknow is looking good. Today, I think Gujarat has done good business in terms of getting a few all-rounders. Dominic Drakes, Jayant Yadav, Vijay Shankar. And not too high a price, I thought.
How about Punjab?
Punjab also good business, but who have they gone for? Odion Smith
They've got Livingstone today.
and Livingstone and Sandeep Sharma.
Yes.
They've spent a lot of money, but again, I'm saying Livingstone.
But they had a lot of money also. 72 crores was their purse before the start of the auction.
Mayan Shikhar open, Livingstone one down. Besto unfortunately may have to bat lower down the order, maybe at number 4, then Shah Rukh Khan, Harpreet. Or they still need one more batsman there, or an all-rounder rather. So then there are 4 bowlers: Arshdeep, Rabada, Sandeep Sharma, Rahul Chahar. Harpreet of course can bowl a few overs. Shah Rukh Khan can bowl a few overs. Livingstone can also bowl a few overs. So
On paper.
yes,
On paper.
on paper they can. Obviously,
So you're saying Mayank Dhawan are opening for Punjab?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Livingston, I'll see.
No,
if I-
Livingstone has batted 4 also.
No, but if I'm spending 11.5 crores on Livingston, I would want to capitalize and utilize.
To number
him.
3.
I would suggest that.
Okay, Livingston number
Livingston
3.
based on number 3-4.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
You know
exactly.
the kind of
Yeah.
if they are such good batsmen, they have to make use of them and they have to play majority of the deliveries available.
And finisher role for Shah Rukh Khan
Shah
there.
Rukh Khan.
No, so 5, who's 5? There's no 5
So
yet.
5, I want to have a 5. Then I have
Yes.
Shah Rukh. Then I have Harpreet also. You know, Harpreet Brar is a
Odion Smith also, yeah.
Odion Smith. I have.
Yes.
Also,
They
Jitesh
get
Sharma also
Jitesh
they
Sharma,
got.
correct.
They also got Jitesh Sharma.
Middle order batsman.
He was a floater for Vidarbha.
Yeah.
So
He could be 5.
Vidarbha,
he could be 5.
and let's not forget they have right now only got 4 overseas options. There's Odion Smith, there's Kagiso Rabada, there's Johnny Bairstow and Liam Livingstone.
Exactly.
All are playing.
Exactly. So they still can have one more
pacer or
foreign.
two
I'm saying
for
one more
backup.
good foreign player.
Yeah.
Now, how much money do they have?
There, you have taken the picture.
They have 10.65 crores.
Yeah.
So I think they can still go for one more good foreign player,
Definitely.
a utility player, maybe a middle order batsman, even if that means a wicket keeper.
So I think
They have
what
Bairstow.
what people are saying, Abhishek is saying, a lot of people are saying, because we started with discussing about Mumbai Indians. What is Mumbai Indians doing? They've got 10 players so far, I think. 4 yesterday, 4 retained, and 2 today. So that's 10 players. They'll still need 8 minimum players. Okay. So with so much money left, who are the guys that they may be thinking they'll go for? One is Jofra Archer, because not playing in this season, but I think they are waiting for him to come for season 2, season 3 onwards. Marco Jansen, they went. So one thing I was surprised with Mumbai, you knew they wanted a Marco Jansen and a few other bowlers. I saw them.
Chetan Sakaria.
Chetan Sakaria, but they pulled out very fast. I was wondering, if you want him, you have so much money, might as well go. They did not. So who could be those guys they are waiting for? Jofra Archer is one.
Jofra Archer is one.
Tim David.
Tim David.
A lot of
Franchises will go for it.
Tim
If now Mumbai wanted, they'll get it.
if Mumbai won.
Because now with so much money, a lot of franchises can want it. But if Mumbai want it, they'll get it. Robin Hazra. Story so far. CSK and Mumbai consolidating. Hyderabad is exciting, but Delhi is sab mein haath upar. Huh? Robin is doing our work. And Mazrati Singh. Punjab is not Mazrat, yeah. Punjab is looking good. Robin, Gujarat and Lucknow, nothing more to add in the words of the great MS Dhoni.
Exactly. Punjab, they've got a good top order. If you see Mayank Agarwal, Shikhar Dhawan, Livingstone, Bairstow, but who is their captain?
Who? Punjab? Mayank Agarwal. But see, yeah, Anish has done our job easier. We were saying now, who all will Mumbai go for? So we picked one, Tim David, and we picked Jofra Archer. Right? Now he's saying Rasi van der Dusen, they could go for it. And I think few other teams will go who are looking for middle order batsmen. Mumbai, with so much money. Adam Mill, they could. Chris Lynn, go back to him, maybe. Romario Shepherd, that's an interesting name.
Jai Richardson, you never know. He
Last
could.
time he didn't.
No, but he has gone back to Australia. He's bowling really well. Like even for the last
So
2
if you guys
games.
don't know, he's our BBL expert. So tell us.
So even while he was part of the test squad for most of the Ashes, he did not play a lot of the BBL. But he came back towards the end and was part of that Scorchers team when they won the final and the qualifier first against the Sydney Sixers. So those 2 games he bowled really well. And we should not forget Jai Richardson, like Harshal Patel, can bat lower down the order. He is also a decent bat. And in T20 cricket, like Pat Cummins can bat, Jai Richardson can also bat. So these sort of players they could actually be looking at. Romario Shepherd was one choice. Somebody said, see, Romario Shepherd, everybody thought he's a pacer. Nobody saw his batting before the CPL. But then CPL, he had 1 or 2 innings. But what he did against England in the 5-match T20I series, there's this one game where West Indies lost by a solitary run. Both Akil Hussain and Romario Shepherd in that game hit, if I'm not wrong, around 12-13 sixes together. So at one point, West Indies looked like they would lose the game by 70-80 odd runs, and suddenly they only lost the game by just a solitary run. So that kind of firepower, West Indians always come, one somebody comes and they can be a rounder. But
Amrik Singh, has a very interesting point. He's saying you're talking about all the stars. Amrik is saying Mumbai can go for Rishi Dhawan. Remember, he used to play for Mumbai Indians earlier, and he's done a very good domestic season. What do you think? I think it's a good option, Rishi Dhawan. Man in form, and if there is going to be a bidding war, you have all the aces, you have all the money. You can shut everyone up.
Quite possible, Rishi Dhawan. And I wonder if his kind of bowling will suit Mumbai, the Wankhede Stadium. That's the only concern that I may have.
Yeah, because Wankhede has a bit of an extra bounce,
Exactly.
and he's not really a quick bowler, not even a seam bowler. He's a more wicket-to-wicket bowler.
Yes.
But I think his batting now has really come good. He's matured as a batsman. I think that's another feature that you have. Also, an Indian easily fits into the team. If not in the 11, at least that backup option they could keep for Rishi Dhawan. So Tim David, Rishi Dhawan, Jofra Archer, Rassie van der Dusen, some big names that are still yet to come, and we think Mumbai might go for them.
But they're not definitely going after Preston. That I'm sure. Because
How?
Because their opening sorted, and Preston was a part of Mumbai Indians. Only got, I think, a match or 2 to play in last season.
So he has a compliment. Robin has a compliment for Siddhant. He's saying, because I said you're an expert of BBL, he said I did well in how's that with the BBL tips that you had given.
yes, I thank you, by the way. I'm glad that my tips worked for somebody. And yes, I do play fantasy cricket on house at myself. So
Monday there's a verdict coming.
On fantasy cricket. Oh, please don't stop it. I hope they don't stop it because, boss, I have actually earned a lot of money through it. I'm not even kidding. Like, number is higher than most
Apple
expect.
Watch has come. Courtesy that.
This iPhone has come courtesy that. So yeah.
So how's that should sponsor, I think.
Yeah, how's that should sponsor here also.
Yeah.
That's what I think he's saying.
Yeah, na?
How's that won't sponsor Siddhant or his wedding?
If he's doing so well,
They should.
he's pushing so many people to go and play there. They should sponsor.
Falana.
Powered
by
how's that?
How's that? It seems. But Mumbai we talked about.
Dhruv has a Gujarat Titans. Dhruv has asked a question of Gujarat Titans. Let's look at Gujarat
Okay.
Titans team. Okay. So they retained Hardik, Rashid, Shubman. Gary Kirsten is, of course, as you know, their mentor, so he must have played a role. They've got good fast bowlers in Lockie and Shami. Then they've got Jason Roy as a top order batsman. Abhinav Manohar as a middle order
They're
batsman.
looking for an opener now.
Rahul Tewati as an all-rounder, Noor Ahmed, Sai Kishore against spinners, both of them. Noor Ahmed is a 17-year-old from Afghanistan that they've gone. He's a Chinaman. Dominic Drakes, they've gone with an all-rounder from West Indies. Jayant Yadav, another all-rounder. Vijay Shankar, another all-rounder. One thing is certain, Gujarat is looking at all-rounders, but yeah, the batting is not inspiring.
Yes.
Batting is scaring me. That's what I can say about Gujarat
many
Titans.
all-rounders.
Have they got
Five
their...
all-rounders.
Have they got their... So you know what happened yesterday? I told you about Gary Kirsten. I said all-rounder. That was one thing. Did you know what happened with Harbhajan after that? So Harbhajan was also there on the show, and I asked Harbhajan that this is the team, Majuba. What do you suggest? And Gary and him are having a fun. So I said, what do you tell Gary? So now it's tough, and I agree that it's tough to remember all. He said, no, very good team. I think they'll need a good leggy. They should go for a leggy. I also didn't realize. Then Gary Kirsten said, I think Rashid Khan is a decent enough leg spinner that we have in our team. And I also like yeah.
Because he was not there in the auction.
Auction.
People have forgotten.
Correct. That's what I.
Boss, they paid.
I said, no. That's because he only bowls googly. He's looking for a proper leg spinner. So he said, I started laughing.
But boss, they paid 15 crores for him. But clearly, but their batting is definitely a problem because Shubman Gill, they got this unknown guy. A lot of people don't know, but Abhinav Manohar made his name. Abhinav Manohar made his name in the Karnataka Premier League. Okay, and after that he got selected for the Karnataka side also, and somehow he was picked for 2.6 crores. So definitely the franchisee looked at him and thought that he could be a decent option with the bat. And apart from that, they only have Jason Roy.
Yeah.
So
again, I asked Gary about Manohar, and so he said, sorry, I don't know much about them because I don't watch too much domestic cricket. But we have a scouting team, and the scouting team came with good recommendation for both Sai Kishore and Abhinav Manohar. So he said,
and he can bowl. Abhinav Manohar can bowl leg spin also.
Oh.
So that's an advantage. And talking about the scouting team, I'm sure whatever is happening with Mumbai Indians, it has a lot to do with their scouting team. John Wright, I don't know. Now I don't know because of the COVID, how much he's been traveling, and because John Wright is one person. Earlier.
I'll give you an example. Sorry, I was just giving a personal example. Rahul Sangvi, since I know him pretty well, he in fact also looks into scouting. He picked up like boys from, he was saying Mumbai societies and all, and they found a guy, one of the tall guy, fast bowler, hit the deck, and they were training him, looking at him. He's made that, I think he made the under-19 Mumbai team just now by this scouting. So I'm saying the scouting is not only at that level. So local.
So seriously, they're looking at societies and all.
Parthiv Patel is somebody who's part of that scouting team.
Yes.
John Wright,
Yes. John Wright was.
We would often go and just to watch these Ranji Trophy matches in the evening, later in the first half or second half, and suddenly we would see in that cold. Suddenly we would see, John Wright coming into the ground and just looking and watching these matches and observing these youngsters for these runs. So John Wright actually travels a lot and watches, and he is very persistent with the players that he wants in the team. At least his recommendations, and perhaps maybe. They are waiting for those players relatively unknown that target from here on, but still they would need some big names that
maybe they can go for someone like
Mumbai.
Okay.
Yeah. One question. Bahar Ali, who's joining us from Pakistan, he's keeping a close eye on the auction. He wants to know how is it that Jimmy Neesham and David Malan go unsold?
David Malan is pretty obvious because there are many top order batsmen in the franchises. Maybe Gujarat Titans can go later on. Supply and demand, yes. There is a whole lot of supply of openers and not much for all-rounders.
Yeah. Also for Malan, he didn't justify when he that ranking that he had, world number 1 T20 ranking, and Punjab got him. Wasn't really outstanding.
He was chosen over Chris Gale.
Imagine.
No, but
Chris Gale was
but Chris Gale was playing, had played quite a few games before David Malan came into the side, and it was because Chris Gale did not do much. That is why David Malan was drafted into the 11.
Any thoughts on why Jimmy Neesham? The base price is a bit high, you reckon?
1.5.
Yeah.
I think if he would have kept it at 15, maybe there was an option. There was a chance that he would have been sold, but not here. Gujarat, I still feel they have a little weak
Batting.
batting.
They can go for someone like Malan later on. Maybe.
Yes.
Gujarat.
Gujarat.
Because they need someone to anchor the innings.
I think
They'd also go for Rassi also because they need somebody, because they have openers. If they look at Jason Roy,
Visa is there.
you can't.
Visa or Janeman Malan is there. Reza Hendricks and Janeman Malan. Yeah.
Reza Hendricks doesn't make his South African side only these days.
No. David Vise.
Achha,
David Visa is an all-rounder, but I was talking about the top order
David Vise
bat.
now, only again one thing that goes against him is the age, and we're looking at only young guys. But he was in tremendous from T20.
but PSL this time around in the last 4-5 games he hasn't done a lot.
T20 big franchise expert.
But like you said yesterday, franchisees are not thinking too far ahead. Maybe they are looking at him for a couple of years only. Maybe.
Robin Hazra has a super chat. He says, "Mark my words, Gujarat will do really well with the all-rounders, just like Wani's Rajasthan Royals in the initial year." Yes, Gujarat has got a lot of all-rounders. So have Lucknow, by the way.
Yeah.
And Lucknow, I think at the moment has a better all-round team than Gujarat. All-rounders.
They're better batsmen also.
And I saw even Chennai very keen on all-rounders. I'll tell you why. They were bidding for Riyan Parag, your favorite player. Chennai were bidding for him. That means they needed an all-rounder. They were bidding for Shivam Dube also.
Chennai bat
They
really,
got him,
Chennai bat
but I'm
really,
just-
really deep, by the way. If I whatever
No, it's showing that they are on the lookout
yes,
for
and
all-rounders.
whatever
Way too much batting,
whatever players that they have at the moment, if you
See
if
this,
you
all of
them
them
on
bat.
paper,
See.
Bravo,
okay, you can
Raidu.
open with Ruturaj and
Moeen
Uthappa
Ali.
at the moment. I'm saying at the moment you can open with Ruturaj and Uthappa. You can have Moeen Ali at number 3, Raidu at number 4. You can open with Raidu also if that's
5 Jadeja.
I'm just saying, Dubey maybe if you've got Dubey, Jadeja, of course, I honestly feel the kind of batting ability that Jadeja has, he should bat at number higher up the order. I'm putting Dubey first because I think Shivam Dubey, lower down the order is of no use. Although I would want Shivam Dubey to bat up in the order. Because you would remember for India, the only game perhaps in which he got runs. Was when Virat gave his number 3.
Number 3, agreed.
He got a 50 there for Rajasthan Royals last season. He didn't get too many. He didn't get too many opportunities.
Virat was there. No.
He didn't get too many opportunities for Rajasthan Royals last time. But later, in the later half of the tournament, he got some good scores. So I'm saying Shivam Dube, Jadeja, okay. Ruturaj, Uthappa, Moeen Ali, Raidu, Shivam Dube. I'm putting him 5. Then Jadeja 6, Dhoni 7,
Twin
Bravo 8, Bravo 8, and then
Deepak Chahar.
at 9.
Deepak Chahar at 9.
Deepak
Everyone.
Chahar is
No,
coming.
but this is the same team they had last season also. Deepak Chahar at 9, I remember. They kept the batting.
Then
So
they had Shardul also.
Shardul. No, so Shardul was ahead of Deepak Chahar. So,
That's what
so
I'm saying.
9 was. So they worked for them,
So
that plan.
maybe a couple of more batsmen, a couple of more good batsmen, and a couple of good fast bowlers. Engidi,
I think they haven't got an out and out fast bowler yet. Like
Hazelwood last season.
Chennai don't have a.
Okay, again.
So their only bowlers are right now Ravindra Jadeja, Moeen Ali, Shivam Dube, Deepak Chahar. I'm saying somebody who bowls 140 plus all the time.
I'm giving you a name. You never know. And also some bowlers, when MSD's captain look better, Umesh Yadav could go. Yesterday we were talking, Harbhajan Singh was very surprised that Umesh Yadav hasn't gone. He'll give you that pace.
was he surprised that Suresh Raina?
No, he said no, not surprised that Suresh Raina has gone unsold.
That's what he said.
Yeah. He says because he's not been playing, so I'm not very surprised. Umesh Yadav very surprised. Because he's currently part of India's test team.
No, but
Umesh.
so
and suddenly.
no, but because Harbhajan Singh also went
Do you know
unsold
what?
once.
Yes, he
Then
did.
was picked for two.
He said about that experience. He said it was a very embarrassing position for me. I felt really unwanted. He spoke about it. I asked him on the show, that situation. So, and I was just asking what a player goes through, and he was just telling that someone who's played so much and won so many titles with different teams, and suddenly your name comes up, nobody buys you. There is a lot of pressure. It has to be. And why just him, you and me, if we were also players, even at local level, some auction and nobody picks you, you will feel, especially a player who's achieved that high. If I'm a newcomer, I may still you be okay. So you mentioned that.
Raina is Mr. IPL.
Nee, but I
He said
Mr.
that,
IPL.
but I- He said
he
he's
will
Mr.
not,
IPL.
he will not
But
go unsold
Huh.
by the end of auction. He will be taken.
putting your house on it.
Yeah, I'm putting my rented house on it. Yeah, where I will lie.
But that's not yours.
Call up your landlord, take permission.
What is his base price?
2 crores.
2 crores. 2 crores base price. That is why I thought he'll go unsold at least in the first round. Maybe if franchises have that kind of money.
Exactly. It would,
My bhai will
World Cup now.
it would eventually depend on how much these franchisees are left with.
Yes.
Then only. As of now, I think Suresh Raina, some perhaps maybe preferably I think CSK, but Suresh Raina eventually will get a buyer A, and but it will also
Maybe
depend on.
Mumbai.
Do you see Gujarat Titans?
No, I want to take a comment from viewers. Our family. Dipanshu has said a very good comment. He says Lucknow has got a brilliant mind in form of Gambhir. I agree with you. I think whatever the team that they have made, I think Gautam Gambhir is the brains behind it, and that is why they've got a very, very good team. And he says they've got a lot of good all-rounders, which we've been talking about. He says Rassi van der Dusen will be a hot pick, which we have been saying. There was one comment I've missed, which he says, I'll take this question for you, Rahul, because he's asked. But before I take this question, somebody had asked about KKR team, that you guys are not talking about KKR. Yeah, let's take a look at the KKR team. So they had their 4 players that they retained. Okay. Then they've got Shreyas Iyer, Nitish Rana, Pat Cummins, Shivam Mavi, Sheldon Jackson, Ajinkya Rahane. I think their top order now, they need an opener. At the moment, Venkatesh Iyer is one. That's it. And if Naren opens.
What if they make Rahane open also?
Yeah,
Rahane would also.
Or Naren
Rahane
opens.
will be regular in the playing 11. I don't think. I don't think Rahane will be regular. That's why I was asking you about.
KKR fan.
That's why I was asking about Tim Seifert and Krishnan.
See, I'll tell you the options that they have. Venkatesh Iyer, of course,
Definitely
opens.
Now the options that they have, they can either open with Sunil Nari, they can open with Nitish Rana, they can open with Rahane. Now, Sunil Nari and Nitish Rana, both left-handers.
Left-hander.
Venkatesh Iyer also a left-hander. So, and if you are playing Rahane in your 11, I don't think that
He will have to be there.
You should bat him in the middle order.
Yeah, he is best at the top.
If
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have to bat him at the top, else don't.
I would even say not even at number 3. He should open.
That's
He
what
should
I'm
open.
saying, that's what I'm saying.
Because
And
he's a
also,
touch player. He is not a hard hitter.
If you do not have any option, go with Rahane open left-right combination. That's the best chance that Rahane can get some quick runs in that 11. Then you can always have Nitish Rana or Shreyas Iyer number 3. Nitish Rana can bat at number 4. Then you have Sheldon Jackson if you want to have him. Russell, he had issues earlier with Dinesh Karthik that he wanted
Batting
to bat
very low.
up the order. So Russell can come in. Then Nareen, then Pat Cummins, then Shivam Mavi, then Varun Chakravarti. That is my 11.
Yeah, it is.
Some batsmen, I think.
There is a one KKR fan. Saransh is a KKR fan.
They still need a good batter.
They
need batsmen.
They need an opener. I think because.
I told you they have 4 openers now. Venkatesh Iyer,
Along
Nitish
with
Rana,
Venkatesh
Sunil
Iyer.
Nareen and Rahane.
But you are Rajasthan fan. Listen.
No, the point is he is not happy with the choices KKR has made till now in terms of opener. He wants. Who do you think should be there?
Even if they open with Rahane as first choice, they should have a backup opener. As a right-hander, I mean.
Venkatesh Iyer, maybe someone like
They need a good
Lynn
power
I want maybe they should go for.
I think Sunil Narayan is not your answer as opener.
Guptill is a very
Maybe
good, and
Alex
dangerous
Hales is the
utility
nice
batter.
choice for him.
Actually,
Alex Hales.
Alex Hales has done well also recently.
one opener and then they might
BBL and then PSL also, yeah.
Number
Then
3.
Rahane doesn't need to bat.
But along with Venkatesh Iyer, I want some hard-hitting opener.
They have to listen to.
The KKR fan. Send message to Venki
Now
Mysore.
KKR fan is done. Give it to the Rajasthan Royals fan. The question is come from.
Yeah, that question.
Vishal Surade wants to know, Rahul sir, please answer. Why KKR always takes Rihan Parag?
RR.
Never takes
Why
Rihan Parag.
RR? Why RR always?
KKR.
Sorry, I meant
RR.
Apologies.
No, because he's a young talent. We've seen him in the playing for India under 19. Then,
Why do you have that small grin on your face when you're saying young talent?
Good question.
I'm just
He
trying.
hardly has a grin even when he's making jokes.
And I'll tell you, this is not for Rihan Parag. At times what happens is, for example, both of us are two franchisee owners or co-owners sitting there at the auction. I have already told you, keep raising the bid. Okay? Don't worry, I will take the player. Eventually, I will be the one. I'm just raising the bid for a particular player. That also happens.
Some insights from the
This
auction.
has nothing to do with the.
Rihan Parag.
Oh. I don't know. Why do you keep bringing
So
up.
The example.
See, you never know. See, last season, the only problem is that he would bowl those with that sidearm action. That's not going to fetch him an India international cap. That's not. He has to work on his batting. Unfortunately, there have been times when he has, when the situation has demanded that he maybe just a couple of overs or a couple of deliveries is coming to bat. So that's where he's been unfortunate, but I think he needs to work on his batting a lot. And plus, for Rajasthan, he's a marketable product. At least that's what they.
Okay, there's a question from Abhishek Ranjan. He wants to know because, and he's right that RCB doesn't have a middle order batsman at the moment. They've got DK to look at. I don't know whether Faf very bats, but yes, they need a better middle order. He said, why not go for a Suresh Raina? Will RCB go? I don't think so. I doubt that RCB is going to go for a Suresh Raina. See, sometimes you have to take a look at the composition of the side and who's where and who's managing one side. So the composition and equations, that, and I think they will go for a younger guy. That match. CSK may go for him.
I still think in the last round, maybe CSK or Lucknow Super Giants might go for them. They will not go.
Lucknow has
don't have enough.
they have got Lucknow have 3.9 crores or something.
Suresh Raina.
No. Then they can't.
3.3 crores by the way. So no, but I still think nobody's talking about. I thought Lucknow bought smartly today. Dushmanta Chamira, though I was a little surprised that he went to 2 crores, but they got Krishnappa Gautam by the way for 90 lakhs. Just 90 lakhs. And somebody 9.25 crores for Chennai Super Kings. That's what they paid for him. So for me, 10% of that plus he is a valuable all-rounder himself. So just in case if they need his services, he can bowl those 4 overs and that batting that he brings to the table where he can smash the ball 10 balls.
Once the auctions are over, can we play book cricket with these players? No.
Book cricket, we won't know their thing. Once the auction is over, we'll sit, and what we can do is what I was thinking, assign each person one team.
Exactly.
Yeah, that will be better. Instead of all of us giving things, so at the end, whenever we do review, one person, but in case we are 5, so we'll have to take 2 teams per person, and we do the SWOT analysis and then give insight. That will be better.
I pick Lucknow.
Instead of book cricket, you should have told me. I would have bought my PS5 and we should have would have hooked it to the 18-inch screen and then we would have.
It took us it was a huge job to get this
done. That's why I'm saying this is commendable. The setup we have got now for this.
This is a sign that we have run out of things to talk and the auction has started, so we will end. I'm just telling.
Kavya Maran opens the bidding for
Lalit Yadav.
Lalit Yadav, that Delhi guy.
Delhi all-rounder.
Who's the other bit? Okay.
Delhi
Say
also.
your goodbyes, they are ending. Just say
See you.
bye-bye. We'll now, I think now they'll only take a break at the end of the auction. I think now it will go straight. Auction will end. So I think we'll come right at the end of the auction and then do our analysis. Each person looking after 2 teams. So see you then. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Sports Today.
71st.